Hello, grade 8. I am now making two videos for today. The first video is to find the domain and also to simplify, or sorry, to evaluate um, RAE or uh, rational algebraic expressions. So, magsisimula po tayo sa finding the domain. So, this will be a two-part series or two-video series. The first one will be finding the domain and then evaluating. The second part will be simplifying rational expressions, rational algebraic expressions. So, the first one is finding the domain. How do we find the domain of a specific rational algebraic expression? So, ang isipin nyo lang mga anak is kailan siya magiging undefined or ano ba ang undefined natin? Ang undefined po natin is when your denominator is 0. So, for example, you have 1/0. So, kaya nagiging undefined or not valid yung ating fraction. So, doon natin titingnan kailan magsi-0 yung denominator natin. So, for the first example, we have 10x minus 5 over x plus 3. So, kukuhanin lang natin yung denominator natin and we will let it be equal to 0. Kasi mas madaling hanapin yung mga exceptions natin kesa dun sa what are the specific values that we're looking for. So it's better for us to get the exceptions and then just give the domain all real numbers except whatever it is that we found. So for this first one, we have x plus 3. How do we get rid of that 3? We're going to do additive inverse. This will just be 0. You will have x is equal to negative 3. So, ibig sabihin nito mga anak, hindi pwede maging negative 3 yung ating x dahil when that happens, then our algebraic expression becomes undefined. So, yun yung ina-avoid natin. Therefore, when we're going to write the domain of this expression, it's going to be all real numbers except negative 3. So, that's it. Ganun lang siya. You just have to find where the expression actually becomes 0 or yung denominator natin actually becomes 0, and then you're going to write that as your exception for your domain. All real numbers except negative 3. So next example, we have x squared plus 5x and then x over x squared plus x minus 12. So again, hindi natin kailangan yung numerator. Magfo-focus lang po tayo sa denominator, which is x squared plus x minus 12. We're going to make that equal to 0. So paano natin hahanapin to? Kailangan po nating mag-factor. So we're gonna have to factor this expression. So ano ang factors ng 12 that if you subtract will get you 1? So, ang tamang sagot dyan mga anak ay 4 and 3. So, we're gonna write that down and then we're going to evaluate alin yung positive at alin yung negative. Bakit sila magkaiba ng sign? Kasi po negative yung ating third term. So, when that happens, we're going to look at your second term. Dahil positive ang second term natin, your bigger number is positive, your smaller number is going to be negative. So, ito na yung factors natin. So, gagamit po tayo ng zero product property. Ano yung tinatawag na zero product property? Ang sabi po niyan that if you have two numbers that if you multiply them, it's equal to 0, then ang possibility lang niyan mga anak is either A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0. So yan yung property na gagamitin natin for this. You're going to equate both of your factors to 0. So you're gonna have x plus 4 equals 0 and x minus 3 equals 0. Tapos magsasolve for x lang po tayo ulit. So, we're gonna have, magbubura lang tayo. We're gonna have additive inverse. Okay. Magiging 0. You will have negative 4 and positive 3. So, yan na po yung exceptions natin. So, when you're going to write the domain, what are we going to write? It's all real numbers except the two values that we found, negative 4 and negative 4, yes, and positive 3. Okay? So, ganun lang po siya mga anak. Wala namang kahirap-hirap, di ba? It's easy. Okay, next. So, what if we have this? Again, we're just going to factor. Okay? So, dahil ito ay x to the fifth at saka x cube, alam natin na magko-common monomial factoring lang tayo. Okay? Monomial factoring. So, we're gonna have x to the fifth minus 9x cubed. Anong gagawin natin? For the numbers, wala naman tayong greatest common factor. It's just 1 kasi 1 and 9 yan. Now, for the variables, kailangan nating tingnan yung smaller or the one with the smallest exponent. So, in this case, that's x cubed. So, we're gonna factor out si x cubed. Ano yung matitira na nandito sa expression natin? X to the fifth divided by x cubed is x squared minus, ito magka-cancel. Matitira na lang 9. Now, titigil na ba tayo dito? Siyempre hindi. Kasi anong napapansin nyo dito sa ating factor na ito? Isa po siyang special product. At yung special product na yan ay difference of two squares or DTS. So, we're still going to factor this out. Hindi pa enough yan. Kailangan i-factor talaga natin siya completely. So, mangyayari po dyan, x cubed. We're gonna factor this. Ang kalakalabasan po niyan ay x plus 3 and then x minus 3. At i-equal na natin siya sa 0. So, ilan ang total factors natin? Tatlo. We have 1, 2, 3. So, lahat na yan, i-equal po natin siya sa 0. And then, when everything is equal to 0, we're just gonna solve for x. Ito po, dahil kahit naka-cube siya, 0 pa rin, alam na natin that x is equal to 0. Nag-a-apply tayo ng additive inverse. Para makuha natin yung sagot, we're going to have negative 3 and positive 3. So, tatlo po ang ating exceptions. So, when we're going to write our domain, it's going to be all real numbers except 0, negative 3, and 3. Okay? So, ito po, some exercises that you can do. Please do this on your notebook or wherever on your scratch paper para meron kayong pagpapracticean. Okay? Alright. So now, how do we evaluate? Sinabi ko nga sa discussion natin mga anak, ito po ay just sub. Hindi subscribe. Substitute. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin just sub, magsa-substitute lang po tayo. Papalitan lang natin yung lahat ng variables with the number given. So, for example, we have y minus 2 over negative 5 plus y for y is equal to negative 2. So, papalitan lang natin yung dalawang y with a negative 2. So, when we're going to do that, it's just going to be negative 2 minus 2 over negative 5 plus negative 2. So, ito mga anak, remember, we're going to do copy, change. Magiging ganito po siya. And then we're going to apply the operation. We're going to have negative 4 divided by negative 7. Now, you have a negative 4, you have a negative 7. Negative divided by negative becomes positive. Ergo, ang final answer natin ay 4 over 7. Okay? So, ganun lang po siya. Ganun lang po mag-evaluate. We're just subbing or substituting. So, wait. Let's move on to the next slide. Saan yung slide controller natin dito? Nope, not this one. This. This one? Yun. Okay. So, another example, para lang makita nyo. We're going to have pwede ba to? And kita naman siya. Alright. So, we're going to substitute lahat ng x with 2. So, that's going to be 2 squared minus 2 times 2 minus 3 over 2 squared minus 5 times 2 minus 4. So, let us evaluate. This is going to be 4 minus 4 minus 3. This one is going to be 4 minus 10 minus 4. So, 4 minus 4, 0. 4 minus 4, 0 din. May iwan po tayo ng negative 3 and negative 10. Simplifying, we have 3 over 10. Okay? So, ganun na siyang kadali, mga anak. For finding the domain, you just have to get the denominator and find where it becomes 0. And then for evaluating, you just replace all of your letters with the value given. Okay? That's it, Mansit. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!